Hello everyone and welcome to my focus group, and thank you for taking part. As you've been made aware, this is for research purposes and will only be seen by my university lecturers, and if I do end up publishing the research, names and any other personal information will not be included and turned anonymous. You are more than welcome to leave at any point or not answer the question if you feel uncomfortable. I will now begin the focus group.
So, how often do you check your breasts? Why?
I don't think I ever do.
I don't.
I think I do,
mine.
but I don't know what I'm looking for, kind of thing. Like, I know you should check for, like, lumps, but I don't really know the anatomy of the breast, so I don't really know.
I check mine. I check mine quite regularly.
Do you?
Well, like in the mirror, or just like...
No, like in the shower. Like
I
just
check in the
them.
shower, but like every.
And then sometimes if I'm getting changed, like I'll just check them.
What do you look for when you're checking?
Like lumps, like dimples, and like changing like skin texture, like pain, any like changes. In the mirror, to be fair, I look in the mirror because if your like nipples change, that's also a sign. Like if one like if anything changes, like colour or anything, just anything that is different, I'll just look at. And be like, should we get that checked?
When do you think that it should be checked then?
Like if it's like, I feel like I would get it checked if something was like really painful, I'd get it checked. Or if it was like really obviously different, and then like I've had like weird bumps before where they've been genuinely just like a spot, but like I'll like keep an eye on it and like see if it's changed at all. So if it starts to change, then I'd be like, oh, I should really get that checked. If you had like a mole on your breast and then it like looked a bit different the last time you saw it, then I'd probably be like, oh, I should get that checked.
Yeah, first I noticed like a small change. I think I just keep an eye on it, but then I probably like would either forget about it or just like if it doesn't like amount to anything, I think just leave it. Like,
or like I've had like a rash before where I've like been like, oh, this is like really bad. I should probably like get this checked. So it's just like stress. Never mind.
For people that don't check their breasts, why don't you think you check your breasts?
I assume my age of my life that I don't need to.
I think it's just not in my mind to check.
It's
not part of my routine.
No.
Or I assume if there's something wrong, then it will become like obvious that there's something wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think not knowing what to look for, honestly.
And I forget.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Like I just forget. It's not something that is on my mind
No.
regularly. So how confident do you think you would feel doing it correctly?
Not confident at all.
I think I just like assume that you just have to like look and feel, but like apart from that, I don't think I'd actually like.
I thought about you confident that I'm doing it right.
Yeah. So every time I do check, I convince myself that something's wrong as well, even when there's nothing wrong. Because of like fat or something, I always get scared.
Yeah.
Has anyone been to the doctors before? No.
No.
I have. Was it an issue? No, it was fine, but I remember having like a lump and then being like, oh, I should go get this checked. And then it, like you said, like you get fat deposits. Just that. But I think, the only reason I think I know how to check and like why I check is because that like both my mum had breast cancer when I was really young, and then she would make like she taught us from like taught me from like the age of like 10 like how to check, and it was the same with grandma had cancer, so then just kind of instill, and my sister just had cancer scars, so it's just like very much like I just did it and know what to look for.
Do you think knowing someone affected by it makes it look more real?
100%.
I think a lot of people know it's genetic as well. Like breast cancer runs down in women in the family. So if you do know women or relate to women that have had breast cancer or cancer, then you're way more inclined to check.
I feel like because the only people I've ever known with it is like friends' mums. So then I'm assuming that's the age group that like are more concerned about it. I think because it hasn't been in my family that I'm not concerned about it.
Yeah. I mean, even like the cancer that's like my mum and like my grandma had like neither of them are genetic, but then it's just like the minute that you feel something like weird or wrong, you immediately jump to be like, oh shit, I should probably go get checked, or like you should check more regularly. So it definitely makes it feel like, but then also kind of puts you off because then you're a bit like, well, I should go to go.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
I'm like that going to the doctor.
Yeah. And I think also, like you said, like with age.
Yeah, I just
I'm
assume
quite
it's
young.
for like later on.
Yeah.
be worried about.
Yeah.
Do you think schools and social media teach it enough?
No, not at all.
I was a fool.
No.
I wasn't taught anything about it.
Yeah.
I was. We had a whole in life studies. We had a whole module on it for a term, and we had
That's
these
so good.
jelly boobs that we all had to feel. And they had actual lumps in yet to
That's so
lumps.
good.
That's so good.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that was year 9, and everyone did it. That was.
So do you think that's made you feel more confident in testing? Or
I think because it was so long ago. I remember at the time, I went home and I checked after that lesson with the jelly boobs. But now, no. But at the time, yeah, they definitely taught me how to.
I do think I wish that I was taught.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
We didn't even talk about it at all. At all.
But I just came up in biology, and then certain subjects have different illnesses you can get in your body, but nothing specific on checking for it, just learning about it.
Yeah.
do you wish there was reminders out there, more reminders?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think definitely in school. I've seen it on billboards and stuff, but that's it, and you would kind of see that in passing and mindlessly give it a thought. But I think if it was more drilled into you
Yeah.
at an earlier age, you're way more likely to consistently do it.
Reminders of how common it is. It's 1 in 4. It's 1 in. I don't know.
10.
I think it's 1 in 10.
10? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think if I remembered that, then maybe I would check.
So does anyone do anything in particular to prevent getting breast cancer or even just cancer in general?
No, I don't think so.
I try and live a healthy.
Yeah.
I try and live a
Oh, yeah.
healthy life. But I don't think anything specific.
To avoid, I don't know. I don't think I know anything on how specifically to avoid it.
Do you think there's trends, or are you aware of any trends on social media platforms about looking after health?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's definitely
I think quite a huge amount.
Yeah. I mean, you had that whole teen girl aesthetic, where it's have your ginger shots, have your routine, have your matcha, go for your
But I feel like
go
health
for a
stuff
walk.
nowadays is more about it all kind of relates back more to this social image instead of actual
your aesthetic.
well-being.
Yeah, it's all aesthetic.
It's
rather
more for
than-
actually just either skin or hair. If it's gonna be anything health related, it'll be de-bloating and stuff like that. It's not actually for
but then
serious things like cancer.
But then there is that whole it's in the news about that girl who died of not breast cancer but died of cancer because her mum convinced her to go down the route of holistic route. And she refused any chemotherapy, any cancer treatment, and now her brother's really angry because she would have survived if she got treated. So I do think there is that you can get lost in a tunnel of kind of conspiracy about health prevention and things that lead you to have a healthier life. I don't think. I mean, I've got fallen down there,
I have.
Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah.
That's my next question.
If you like the wrong reel, then you'll get that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass round objects of food. And so we've got green tea. We've got black tea. Oh, so yeah, if you pass them around.
Oh, I like
chia
these.
seeds. We've got dark chocolate.
Can we pick what we have?
We've got matcha. Yeah, we've got onions and onions. And we've got garlic and ginger. Oh, we can just maybe place them in the
middle.
Oh, ginger shot. Oh, you can't. Yeah, we've got the ginger. Another ginger, but I guess a ginger shot. Would you say any of these help prevent cancer in general?
From what I've heard, yeah.
Ginger.
And
Isn't matcha
garlic.
supposed to be one of the healthiest antioxidant and I don't know.
Antioxidant.
Yeah.
Everyone says antioxidants.
Yeah.
And preventative.
I know chia seeds are good for immunity and digestion and stuff. And
Garlic's good for hormone impact.
Ginger's full of vitamin C, which is I can't remember. It's really good for you.
So a lot of these foods came under TikTok trends of being breast cancer prevention. Have you seen any of these objects or food being preventative for cancer?
Yeah,
Have you
not
seen any trends of them?
not specific to breast cancer, but cancer.
Yeah.
There's definitely like a big dialogue around antioxidants. Like you said. I think all of them. Only one I've not is flax seeds. I've heard that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have. I've used them. I've seen people like take bites of like
Yeah,
they're always
yeah.
like these muscly men, and they're like, and then they talk about like living a long life and stuff.
And I know with green tea and matcha, that in countries like, I think in Japan, with green tea anyway, they all live so long because they drink like 4 cups of green tea a day or something like that.
I've seen it with like the
I
chia
think about that a lot.
seeds and like lemon water, and people just put loads of chia seeds in water to
that's
like
so
down. Because they're like, it's gonna give me
I
everything
used to do
need
that.
in a day. And so to be fair, so
I
did
think I'm really like.
I used to do it too
Yeah.
because I was just like, I'm gonna be so healthy. It's
Yeah.
gonna be any form of illness.
What makes you believe the trends on social media about them?
I think the people who are saying it, they
They
look.
look,
Yeah.
they
They
look
look
like they've really got their
healthy.
lives together and they're really healthy. And like they say it with like quite a lot of confidence.
Mm.
And they usually have it like, they'll usually like back it up with something. Like even I think saying like the word like antioxidants, I'm like, oh, you know what you're on about.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a big word.
Or when they said like in Japan. I was
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, like they've got
like,
it all
yeah.
together in Japan.
Yeah, no, completely.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, if they bring in like another culture where it's like, they typically do live a healthier life than like, I don't know, English people or like Western people. If it's American, if it's like, then I kind of like doubt it because I'm like, are you living a healthier life? But like if they bring in, like different cultures where they definitely have a more healthy lifestyle, that makes sense.
How would it make you feel to know all the trends that have been around these foods haven't actually proven to reduce breast cancer?
That might just half
All of it. Yeah. Because they don't. Like,
So none of these foods do prevent.
there's not enough research to state that they actually are preventative for breast cancer.
Oh, then I should stop doing that.
Well,
There's
they're still good for you.
Yeah.
They're still good.
Yeah.
They're still got good health benefits. There isn't enough to say you're not going to get breast cancer.
Right.
If
I'm just gonna get sick.
Especially because these things are so expensive.
Yeah.
This was £6.
Yeah.
£6.
I get it though because it actually works. Yeah, that's not related.
no, that's okay.
Oh, like it actually stops you getting sick.
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
it. Like,
Really?
I swear.
I guess
it.
to be
I can
fair,
feel
that-
my throat sore. I'll be fine. In 2
I
days
feel
from
like
that.
that's the other thing though. The reason why I believe it for like people being like, oh, it prevent breast cancer is because, like you said, it does make you feel good in different ways. Like they help you not get a cold or like not get like ill in that way. So I'd be like, oh yeah, it does make
It does
sense
work, yeah.
because it does fight some illnesses, but it's just not the right kind.
Where do you go to get your health
Information.
Honestly, my mum is.
Yeah.
Like, even she has no experience or like actual, like anything to back her knowledge, but I honestly believe everything she's saying.
I think Google as well, unfortunately. Like,
Yeah,
I do
I
Google.
avoid Google because
Yeah.
that's when I go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
and I think to myself, I'm literally
I go
dying.
into it knowing I'm probably going to fall down a rabbit hole, but then like, I just might see something scary and then I'll just text friends and I'll just Google this, like, have you ever got this? So it's always a friend, mum and Google, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll go to Google. I'll go to Google.
If I see something scary on
and then-
Google, then I'll message my friend.
Why do you think you take part in that behaviour?
Because like, I'm just like, who else? Like, I don't know who to go to about that.
It's so easy. Like it's just on your
Yeah.
phone. Like if you've suddenly got a panic about something, and like also if it's like a bit embarrassing and you don't want to speak to someone else, then you just be like, oh, Google.
on TikTok.
Sometimes I look on
I
TikTok.
listened to like
Oh,
a
I-
Nigerian lady or something talk about a really holistic recipe for a facial steam or something. I don't know. I just trust that. Well, I trust certain people on TikTok.
I feel like if I found an answer on Google, then I would go to TikTok actually to like see if people have like said about the results of it, like actually working or not.
If I go to Google, I'll just look at the NHS. it's like the only place
Yeah,
I
I
actually
agree with
trust
that.
and look, because I'm like, well, that's actual doctors telling me things.
Yeah.
If I've not got a symptom on this symptom list, I probably don't have it.
Mhm.
And then if I like, there've been times like I've got it from TikTok and then gone to Google, but like whenever I've looked on TikTok, it just makes me really scared. So I just like really stay away from it. And if I'm gonna Google, I'll go to NHS and then go to my mum and then trust my mum. Even though she's not a doctor.
I think I only use TikTok for like light health scares. Like I've got a cold or something, I just want to
Yeah, like
not
acne.
serious thing.
Yeah, I'll look at it for like things like that, but not something serious.
Serious stuff I'd ask my mum.
Do you guys feel comfortable going to the doctors?
I think it's hard to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I think I was so put off by the entire thing because you wait for so long to get an appointment.
I feel like I've got to go to the doctor about something like that is actually most likely going to be something serious.
Yeah.
Like,
If I need antibiotics or something like that, but otherwise I wouldn't. I can't remember last time I went for like a checkup.
no.
But my mum does it like all the time.
Yeah, I think the reason I get put off by the doctor is that I'm just like, not going to get taken seriously. Because
Yeah,
like
same.
every single time I've gone for like even like small things like acne, I'm just like they've done nothing, and they'll be like, oh, do you wash your sheets? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I do. Like, I'm like, it's not that. And then even when I have gone for things, I've like not got answers. So then I'm just like, oh well, do I bother?
Yeah, you definitely know as well as a woman that they are not as educated on female health, and a lot of the tests they've done and research is based off men's bodies.
Yeah.
I went in for, I got glandular fever in college, and I was actually hospitalised from it. And when I first went in, I went in an ambulance because like I'd like fainted in my house, and they gave me UTI medication. Like they thought they diagnosed me with a UTI.
So bad.
So ever since then, I've actually been like,
yeah,
this is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's the same with me when I went for, like I was being really sick, and then they were just like, oh, you're probably a bit anxious. And like that was it. And then I was just really ill, and then, yeah, I'm just now like, I think if I'm going to the doctors, like I know something's really, really wrong, and like, I just really want an answer.
Do you think if you found breast cancer symptoms, you would look online or at TikTok first over going to the doctor straight away?
I look online first.
Yeah.
But they tell you to do that. Like, NHS are always saying, like, you know, don't just call 999.
Yeah.
Like find a consultant online.
Yeah.
All of that. So.
I think I'd go look at the symptom lists from like, I don't know, on the NHS or like a trusted, like, I don't know, Breast Cancer UK or something like that. And then if I was like, oh, I really do have a symptom, then I think I wouldn't go to a GP though, I don't think. I think I would try and like fast track it and go, like you said, like straight to a consultant or something like that. Because like, that's what my sister did. She just went straight to a consultant instead and like made sure they knew, like, because she got taken seriously straight away by skipping the GP.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I would do. But I would go to Google first before any stretching.
Yeah. Do you think you avoid learning about breast cancer because it feels uncomfortable?
Maybe.
I think I do maintain the ignorance is bliss kind of thing when it comes to like cancer, because it, like, I don't know, it feels very dooming. You don't hear about a lot of people that kind of get through cancer.
Yeah. I think
I'd definitely be open to like learning just more. I think like
I'd
rather be in the know.
Yeah. I think like I definitely have like the ignorance is bliss. But I also think I'm like, oh, I know enough. But then in reality, there is probably a lot more that I could know. But just because I'm like, oh, I've seen it happen, I know what to look for. I'm like, I will be fine. But in reality, there probably is more that I should know. I keep myself up to date with. But I'm just like, I'd rather just stick with what I know and then not just like fear.
And what do you think would encourage you to check?
If like people were talking about it more openly.
I think just like really simple, easy instructions as well. Just like exactly what to do, and then what to look out for, and then what to do if you think you found something.
Yeah, Yeah,
And like when to worry. I think I need to be
so
told when to worry about it.
Yeah, because I think like there's that also thing like where you think you should worry about something,
Or I'm
and
just
it's
thinking
so much, and then it
panicking,
disappears,
yeah.
and then you just kind of have that like, oh, I'm gonna be fine, like I'm fine. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I think. But I also do agree with like the just talking about it more. Because I also think it's like, I don't know, there've been times like I've been in a group and I don't know, if someone's like talking about like whether they check or not, and they're like, oh no, I don't. I'm like, oh, I do. There is sometimes always a bit of like, oh, really? Like, and then you'll just be like, oh, okay, like, I guess that's not that normal to like be checking. And then I'm like, oh, I just won't like talk about it. It feels really
but
taboo.
you saying that makes me want to check. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think if more people did,
I'd be worried that if when someone said like, I've been checking, I think I'd worry that they think I'm being over dramatic because I've been checking. Like, if they say like, you've been looking for it then, like.
Yeah, like it feels like I'm doing something I don't really need to be doing. Particularly like if I have conversations with people like my age about it, they're all like, I feel like, why? Like,
so do you think that the idea that you're too young, it won't happen to you or anyone in your age group gives you a false sense of security?
yeah,
100%. Yeah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's the most important age. Well, in like high school onwards, is the like most important age to start checking and be educated.
I think it's also because I assume that like my body is still changing throughout those years. Like it wouldn't be not normal for something to change in that area. Like
I think
Yeah, same.
I think I'd assume it's just still that puberty.
I was gonna say I feel like I was like starting to like or like well to be fair actually I was checking when I was a teenager, and then it is just like your boobs do grow and they do change so much from like when you're a teenager to when you're an adult, and I think that like and then even going on things like the pill like that changes it, and then all of a sudden like oh now you feel just like different, or like my boobs now do just feel different, and I think that like knowing more.
Yeah, mine are always sizes.
Yeah,
They're like overtaking
fluctuating.
each other. It's like
So do you think there's like do you feel like there's a misinformation around women's health in general on the internet?
Yes, I think it's a lot more aestheticized as well.
Yeah.
So like what people are looking for is like when they're looking for like remedies or preventative measures and stuff, it is things like this, like matcha and green tea or whatever. It isn't validated information. And I also think like the lack of what's the word? The lack of like verification when people do post those TikToks or like reels about women's health. There is nowhere that is like there's no rule that says on those platforms this needs to be like validated information.
Yeah. I also see a lot on like TikTok and Instagram in particular where it'll be people who are like, oh, I'm a professional, and they'll be wearing like a nurse's outfit or like doctor's clothing. So then you're like, oh well, you must be speaking. You're like, oh well, like, you kind of must be speaking the truth. But I also think like misinformation side of like preventatives, I think like there is also that kind of like you will know, like you will know if you have it. I don't think that's like you wouldn't.
I feel like with women's health, I feel like I know as well. Like my body changes significantly throughout the month. Like when I'm on my period, when I'm not, when I'm coming on, when I've just come off. Like the look and feel of my body is changing all the time. Yeah. So I feel like if I'm ever like looking at women's health or like how to like look after, I'm like, well, it won't actually like it's always gonna change. And, like it's not gonna ever be consistent.
But I also think even that is kind of misinformation. Not obviously it's not misinformation because it is true.
Yeah.
But like people reinforcing that whole like we are constantly changing then gives me a bit of a sense of security, being like, oh well then it is normal because that has changed.
Yeah.
But in reality it probably isn't.
Did you think if there was something like a campaign that would separate myths from facts?
Yeah.
Do you think that could like make you feel more confident in checking your body?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would also make me think like it made me feel less anxious.
I feel like no one's ever told me straight up like that is a myth. Like I feel like I've only ever had friends being like, oh, you could get breast cancer that, or like sometimes people say that gives you breast cancer, but no one's ever said like, no, it does not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one's ever given like 100% no's and stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of things I just assume that it's just not true.
Yeah, or like if I found out something not true, it's usually like a friend's mocked me and then like, you're like, you okay, like, that's obviously not true. And then you're like, oh, and then you feel a bit stupid. So then like if there's like a place where like it was like actually really distinct, like they told you like really clearly yes from no, then it would be really useful.
I'm gonna put some myths and some facts about breast cancer and getting breast cancer in the table on this group. You can separate it into truths and myths.
Okay.
So this side can be truths, this side can be myths. Oh, which side is truth? The onion's truth.
Lovely. Okay. Any women over 50 get breast cancer?
Mm-hmm. So let me get. Yeah.
I think this
Underwire bras can cause breast cancer.
I think that has to be in there.
Yeah.
That's a myth, but
way
in school,
too-
I thought it was real.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say,
know,
growing
like,
up.
and the wire comes
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Growing
I
up.
used to think like, oh my god, like the metal in my like
Where do you-
touching my
yeah.
boob.
Where do you
So
think you
weird.
got that from?
It was actually in a changing room in like year 8 PE or
Mm.
something. A girl said that, or
What?
I remember thinking it in there.
Well, my mum, when she had breast cancer, she was like, she wouldn't let, like growing up, she wouldn't let me wear underwire bras, because she was like, it will affect like the growth of your boobs, and like I believed that for so long, like I never would wear underwire bras, because I'd be scared that I'd then get breast cancer. Well,
Maybe it does affect the growth.
but I just like
Maybe.
thought that she, yeah, 'cause she just was like, don't wear them, they're really bad for your like boob health, like your breast health.
I think breast implants can cause breast cancer.
Yeah, I
It's
feel like
true.
that's true.
What do you think?
Yes, true. Just because you're fiddling with that area.
Yes.
Myth. But we can put it in truth.
If that's like the general. Do you think true? Yeah. I'm not sure, but I would say.
You are putting like a plastic thing inside your boob.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
opening
Oh,
like
when you
the-
pick
Yeah.
The younger you are when you have your first child, the less at risk you are of getting breast
That's
cancer.
I-
True.
I think that's true.
I don't think that's
Really?
true.
Only because
Actually, I don't see why that would be true.
I know that when
I think it could be a myth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought maybe it could be true just because like
The breast.
when you have a baby really young, you recover a lot better and you're a lot healthier. Like it affects you less like childbirth.
I think it depends
So
on
I
your
guess-
pregnancy as well, like how tough you find pregnancy maybe if you're younger. Like,
Well, yeah, myth. That's good. Phones and bra strap can cause breast cancer.
I was told that in secondary school, that's true.
I think that's a myth.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe
Don't
that's
have
true.
radiation,
When you
like,
sleep next to
I
a
don't
phone,
know.
you can say that.
Yeah.
But maybe not cancer.
I actually have listened to a podcast about how sleeping next to your phone is something to do with
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
it's
You
more
change your
bad.
cell, but
Yeah.
you change your cell count or something. True. Yeah. Breastfeeding reduces the risk of breast cancer.
But it reduces the risk of a lot of
It makes
things.
sense for it to be true.
Like they really push breastfeeding over formula.
Does this mean for the mum or for the child?
For a mum.
You see, I don't know enough information to see how it would be true, but that's just like the lack of education.
The only thing that I know is that it is like they really push for like women to breastfeed. Like even if like the baby isn't taking to the breastfeeding, you still have to pump. Like they still want you to breastfeed. Like I don't know.
Should we put true then?
Yeah.
I think so.
Deodorant. I always thought it was true. That's another year 8 PE thing. Where like we'd be like, you're gonna get cancer because your bra's broken and you're using a spray deodorant. And I'd be really
Yeah,
scared.
I had that. Everyone would be like, you shouldn't be using that kind of deodorant. My mum always bought me like the stick one.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, I always, because I'd heard that, I just assumed that like I
Yeah.
connected the dots and was like, it's because she knows that it will give me cancer.
Yeah.
Anyway, but now I don't
I
know.
think-
Now
I
I
think
think it could be.
Yeah, I think probably men.
Caffeine can cause breast. It's so false. Caffeine can cause breast
Yeah,
cancer.
that's gotta be
Yeah,
a man.
they have a lot of caffeine.
Well, even things like matcha, that's caffeine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like, and green tea is caffeine,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You can only get
I don't
breast
know.
cancer if there's a family history. So,
Yeah.
That's a myth.
sorry, I need to stop saying that. Sugar can cause breast cancer.
I feel like sugar can, like, really.
If it contributes, so if you over,
Yeah,
if
it
you
would
have
have
too
it would
much
contribute.
cancer,
Yeah, because it would contribute to.
It's like bad sugar as well.
But I don't know whether it's like directly breast.
That's the cancer.
I feel like it has to be a myth because sugar's really like encouraged, like
Yeah.
for health. Like you need to have sugar.
Mhm.
So
True. Also, you can't avoid sugar.
No.
I was thinking, like, the wrong, too much.
Like refined sugar.
Refined
Yeah.
sugar, yeah.
Mm.
But
Does it
that's
mean
other
refined
breast
sugar,
cancer.
or does it mean
Just like sugar.
all
and
sugar?
sugar.
Sugar.
So
Well,
then
then that's not.
it's yeah.
Last one is mammograms can spread breast cancer.
Well,
I feel
you're not supposed. Mammograms aren't that good for your health because you're not supposed to have. They only like to do them once a year, and if you're over a certain age, because they're not good for you. Because like, but I don't know what it is that's not good about them.
Maybe
Is it-
radiation.
Yeah, radiation,
I think that's true.
because they are bad for you.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Because it's like having an MRI is really bad for you.
Yeah.
But you have to, like, if it gets to that point, then
Yeah.
you've got to do it.
Okay, so there's only 2 truths
Okay.
out of this. And it is that. So you got one right. You got breastfeeding reduces the risk of breast cancer. And then the younger you are when you have
Oh,
a baby
really?
reduces it. But the mammogram one is a myth. Having a phone in your bra is a myth.
Yeah.
And breast implants is a myth.
Wow.
How does that make you feel?
I've been lied to.
I think it just reinforces that whole like the rumours you hear when you're younger, and they kind of do stick with you.
Yeah.
And it does like, although even now like obviously I'm not like a 13-year-old, but like, oh, I should have like I don't know, like, use spray deodorant. It does change your behaviour because you are like you say, like it's kind of carried on with you, like you would just get that stick deodorant.
Yeah.
Like,
It also makes me realise that like the amount of things that we've all like heard or could like conversate over just shows the amount of information, like misinformation that is being spread, and like when there's like so much information and you're being told all these different things, it makes you so much more inclined to like avoid the conversation at all.
And do you think you can avoid checking?
Yeah, for sure.
I also think the fact that like you'd have these conversations with like close friends and like girlfriends, like I think I trust a lot of what my friends would tell me. So like if they were to be like, oh honestly like that would never get breast implants because that could give you breast cancer, I'm never getting that because I just believe them.
And
Because
this
I trust them.
as well makes me feel like, oh, what was I going to say? Like we haven't got much. It's just if it's just in our daily habits, you feel like you can't really avoid it. You can't avoid it, but it makes you like less likely to even think about it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, if it's going to be caused by sugar and caffeine and deodorant.
Yeah.
It's all day long,
Was it even
Otherwise,
like
I
the
won't
truth
bother,
being like knowing if I had a child younger, it would prevent. If I knew that, maybe I'd be more inclined to have a child younger.
Yeah.
Or like think about when I was
Yeah.
gonna have kids, because like obviously I know like the older you have children, the more like the more risky it is, and like that would prevent me, but not prevent me because of like it would actually be healthier for me as a human to have a child younger. If I knew, like knowing that, like maybe I'd have a baby. Now.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's raise this.
do you think would grab attention about breast cancer checking, like in a campaign or a social media post?
I definitely think of fact versus false.
I think it's really pointing out. I think pointing out the truth, but also not making you feel stupid.
I was gonna say, like, knowing other people did know about this as well, kind of.
Yeah, knowing that, like, I'm not alone in believing these myths.
Yeah.
That, like, actually it's not our fault that we know them. It's the people who are spreading them.
There was like a survey that was like, kind of, you were given all these things, and it's like, is this true or false, true or false? And then, you know, there was like a leaflet or something that came out, which was like, you know, 1 in 5 women believe these things are true or something. Like, you realise how shocking it is. And then be so much more inclined to be educated on it and find truth versus fact.
Yeah, I also think, like, something around, like, speaking with your friends about it. Because, like, I wouldn't want my friends to believe these either. Like, if I believed them and then I told them, I'd then be like, oh, God, I just told them to, like, stop doing something. Yeah, like, stop doing something because it's gonna, like, affect them. Yeah, I might take a photo of this.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for being part of my focus group. I hope it's been helpful for you as well.
It has.